Hi. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. So, I'm gonna do some work, tell a story or two. Maybe it'll be fun. I gotta talk loud because I'm gonna use this and it's got a pretty loud fan on it, so I'm sure you understand. So, the first time I worked on a commercial roof, I was 19, I believe, and you know what? I'm actually going to scoot this one back because I don't want it in the way of my weld. Make sure my patch will be big enough to do this, but yeah, I'll get at least 2 inches past that plate, which that'll do me and the manufacturer. Do me, baby. Whatever, just kidding. So, working with a mainly Hispanic crew, and I didn't have any sunglasses. I didn't know that this white shit will sunburn your eyes really bad. So, needless to say, I got a pretty bad sunburn in my eyeballs. It wasn't like completely terrible because I still had, well, I guess I'm pretty tough or something. I don't know. It wasn't horrible though. It felt like when you would blink, then you would, it's almost like you had a scratch on your eye or something, like a freaking piece of metal or something was in there. Probably the best way to describe it, but lasted maybe 2 or 3 days, and man, it was good to go. Let's see. That'll probably do me for a little circle. Gotta have a, scoot that away. Gotta have a circle here, and I've made some straight lines by just folding this up, so now I know. Okay, I know where the center is. So make some tight little lines so I can get this baby around here. But anyway, I liked what I was doing. My mentor at the time, he told me that if I learn to do TPO or single ply roofing, then I will always have a job. And he has not been wrong so far. So that got me pretty motivated as a young whippersnapper to learn how to do some membrane roofing, right? That guy, he's a pretty cool dude. He still is working in the area. And I actually met him through my dad when I was a kid. We went to a local church, which I'm not active anymore. And my dad was playing in the band with this manager of this roofing company that I ended up working for. So I was pretty young at the time, you know, probably still 7 or 8 when we were really hanging out, and then our families kind of intermingled for a long time. They would come over on certain days, like on the weekend and whatnot, and we would hang out and, you know, chat, have lunch, dinner, whatever. I liked hanging out with their kids. They had some kids around my age, so that was a lot of fun, you know, getting to hang out with the girls and getting to know everybody real well. Fast forward, I got a little older and ended up starting a family kind of early. Ooh, baby. Is not right where I want it, but she's home, babe. So, I mean, I'm sure you know how it goes when you're young and you don't have a whole ton of direction. You just kind of muddle through life for a little while, exploring and experimenting, and you learn a lot during that time. Don't get me wrong. Dang, I didn't see these were out of whack. I thought they were in a straight line, but they're a little out of whack, so I'm just gonna roll with it. The patch will be crooked, but hey, crooked patches do not leak as long as they're installed correctly, so it's all good. So I tried a few jobs, you know, concrete demolition and potato manufacturing, kind of trying to figure out, you know, what my plot in life is really, and ended up really not enjoying the processing jobs. This is some acetone, so I know the roofers in here go, oh, you need membrane cleaner, bro. I'm not spending $100 on membrane cleaner for this tiny repair. I'm using some acetone. Get over it. Freaking, let's go. Anyway, in the back of my mind, going through these jobs and whatnot, I knew that I could go get a roofing job for Uncle Sal. And I always kind of kept that as an option, even though I never really asked him about it. Which was funny, because when I did end up hitting him up about a job, he completely freaking ignored me. Which, I don't know what the deal was. I think it might have had something to do with my brother. He had worked for the company and had not left the best representation or something, you know? He was kind of, I don't know, he works hard, but he needs a lot of direction at times. Not saying there's anything wrong with that, but we separate in that regard to where he doesn't always need a lot of direction, but you know how it is when you're starting a new job and whatnot. You want to freaking get things right, and you do need help. You do need a lot of direction, so I don't know what exactly happened because I wasn't there, but he ended up getting fired from that job, and I don't know, didn't work out. Regardless, Sal, he freaking ignored me. So trying to get a job doing roofing is kind of a last resort job already. And then this guy ignores me, so freaking put in a regular application to their hiring manager because he was in the field as a field foreman at the time. He'd gone back and forth from the office to the field and done this little jaunt, you know. So I started working with them. Got put on a crew with some, I mean, pretty roughneck style guys in the beginning there. These guys, they're still roofing and they're still roughneck style guys.